So my name is Reggie Ponder. I am from Chicago, the South Side, but right now I live on the West Side in North Lawndale, and I am a film critic.
Oh, fantastic. So other than your profession, what brought you to the festival tonight?
Well, this festival shows African Americans in a different light. If you saw those 4 movies, and you did, right?
No, I didn't, sadly.
Well, if you saw the 4 movies, you would see how many different angles that they showed African American life from. And a lot of times what happens is that we see African Americans in this one path, and it's not diverse, it's not full, and it's demeaning in many instances. So this festival each year is so important because of all the different ways and the different lenses by which you can see African Americans, and maybe, just maybe, dispel some of those myths or stereotypes that people have of African Americans.
Excellent. And the films that you saw tonight kind of help further that along?
Absolutely. So one of the films shows a relationship, if you don't call it a love relationship, but shows a romantic relationship. Another one shows a relationship between a father and a daughter. Another one shows what's happening from this political issue of African Americans dying at the hand of police. So it's these different kind of things that are being shown. So absolutely, the 4 films tonight gave you that appetite to see what's to come, and there's some really good films to come.
Fantastic. What about the mainstream box office? What's the most encouraging thing happening, in a national scope that you're seeing these days?
Well, I was just at WakandaCon today, and I got a chance to talk to Erica Alexander. And I talked to her about, she was in Get Out. That was the latest piece that she was in, but most people know her from Living Single. But I got to talk to her for a minute, and she said that a lot of times people are thinking that there's a renaissance for African Americans right now, but she says that she doesn't think that it's a renaissance. And in fact, a report just came out that showed that actually we're not seeing more African Americans on the screen. It just appears that way. So what I'll say to you is that Black Panther was phenomenal in terms of the pride, in terms of the vision, in terms of the looks that you got to see. But we really do need to see a more expansive view of African Americans. And while I'm talking about African Americans, I want to say from a Latino perspective, it's even worse. So from a Latino perspective, we have to do a better job. I'm looking forward to seeing Crazy Asians.
Oh yeah,
Rich Crazy Asians. I'm really looking forward to seeing that, to see how they're going to do that, and if it's just going to be stereotypical or if they're going to be able to rise above the stereotypes.
Excellent. My last question, what about from an African American perspective, what stories would you like to see told or retold on the screen?
Well, one of the biggest for me is love relationships for African Americans.
You're the second one.
So I am looking for love relationships. I'm married to my wife Donna for 26 years coming in this September, and I don't get enough of those loving relationships on the screen, and I think that it does a disservice to African Americans, but it also does a disservice to anybody else who is trying to understand us, because they don't see us as having a full life. They just see us in this one kind of area. So love relationships are what I'm looking for.
Excellent. Well, I hope it happens, man. Thank you so much, Reggie.